For the first question, the degree was 3 because that is the highest exponent in the polynomial. The leading coefficient was 1 because that is the coefficient in front of the term with the highest degree. There are 2 turning points. Because I did the degree, which is 3 minus 1, which equaled 2. The domain was x to the real numbers. The range was y is equal to the reals, where y is greater than 9, or equal to 9. The end behaviors, it was quadrant 3 to 1, because I knew that the degree of the polynomial was odd, and I knew that the leading coefficient was greater than 0. So then I knew that it started in quadrant 3 and ended in quadrant 1. The symmetry was point symmetry because I had an odd degree. There were 2 x-intercepts at 3, 0, and negative 1, 0. The constant I identified was 9, and the constant is the number without an x. And from that, I knew that the factors were plus or minus 1, 3, or 9. And then I factored that, and I knew that I figured out that negative 1 was the factor that would make the polynomial equal to 0. So then my factor was x plus 1. And then I used synthetic division to find the quotient, which was f of x was equal to x squared minus 6x plus 9. And then I factored that out, and then I got my final was y is equal to x plus 1 times x minus 3 to the power of 2. And then I found the y-intercept by plugging in 0 for at f of x, because I know that the y-intercept occurs when x is equal to 0. So then I found that the y-intercept was located at 0, 9. Then I realized that the function was not odd or even, because not all of the powers were all odd or all even. There's a mix of even and odd numbers. Then I found that the behavior at the x-intercepts, one of the x-intercepts was at negative 1, 0, and I figured out that that was order 1 because there is an exponent of 1 on that number. So if it is order 1, that means that it would cut through, the function would cut through the x-axis. And then I knew that 3, 0 was my other x-intercept, and this was order 2, where it touches the x-axis. And I knew it was order 2 because when I factored, I had the 2 factors were x minus 3, and then I just simplified it to, I collected common terms and just did x minus 3 to the power of 2. So because it was to the power of 2, I knew that it was order 2. And then I used all that information. I used the 2 intercepts, the 2 x-intercepts and the y-intercept to graph my function, and it also I knew that it was correct because there are 2 turning points.